So, subject-verb agreement or Concord. You must have heard while preparing for your competitive exams the terms or the most used terms, the most important in respect to competitive exams, because most of the questions that used to come in competitive exams, irrespective of TET or School Service Commission or KVS or WBCS, the subject verb concord or the agreement related confusing questions tends to come, because we all know the parts of speech, the classifications and all that, but the subject verb agreement, the verb in connection to the subjects, is only can be learned from the practice and learning of subject verb agreement or the concord. One must learn the concord to do well in English grammar. So today I will discuss in details with tricks and technique and rules about subject verb agreement in this class. Lectures are the series of lectures from the TET oriented perspective. So this is very precise type of lectures, right? So you must watch the lectures till the end. You gonna get a very precious learning from this lecture session. You all know how many parts of speech are there in the English grammar. Needless to say that 8 types of parts of speech are there. Within the 8 types of parts of speech, all the questions, all the competitive level questions used to come from the applied version of parts of speech. All right. So noun, we will learn today about noun, its classification, and in broad sense, and the subject verb agreement related to noun. সাবজেক্ট এবং ভার্বের যে চুক্তি, তাদের মধ্যে যে একটা শর্ত, সেই শর্তটা আমরা নাউন রিলেটেড শর্তগুলো কি করে হয় সেগুলোই আজকে শিখব রুলস অনুযায়ী, রুল 1 2 3 4 এভাবে। ঠিক আছে? তো what are the noun? Naming words are called noun. Of course, how many kinds noun are there? But precisely I will classify noun. The whole noun will be clear to you from this lecture. Naming words, all right? Where used to sit? In subject or predicate, or in subject, predicate, or nominative predicate. All right, so their noun are mainly 3 types. What are they? Proper noun or capital letter noun. All right, next, countable noun or common noun or concrete noun. Next, uncountable noun. All right, So these are the three main category of nouns in broad sense. You get it? Now we will learn about the various more classifications of nouns. So proper noun is capital letter noun. The words that begins with capital letter, and it is used for only singular sense. The name of place, the one name, etc., etc. All right. Countable nouns are actually common nouns and the most important in perspective to competitive exams, because from these nouns opens a vista of numbers, tense, persons, gender. So common noun is the most important noun in respect to competitive exams. Uncountable noun is divided into three types. What are? Abstract, material, and collective. In this way, the nouns are classified. So all the nouns are come under the broad classifications. In another way, we can classify noun as thus: from concrete noun and abstract noun. Noun concrete, noun as concrete, and noun as abstract. In this way, we can divide noun. So concrete comes proper, under concrete comes proper, common, real, collective, and under abstract, quality, feeling, action, state. So these are the concrete which we can see, we can touch, and these are the abstract which we can percept, we can feel. So these are the noun. So in precisely these are the classifications of nouns. Now the noun related subject verb agreement. When there are 8 parts of speech, and the subject verb agreement generally comes from the 8 parts of speech, based on the 8 parts of speech. So you must have known, or you must know about the subject verb agreement of all the 8 parts of speech, particularly, or section wise, or topic wise. So today's topic is noun. So noun is already classified. Now the subject verb agreement will be discussed. All right. So if we consider the subject verb agreement with noun, there are several rules. Rules 1. Before we come into the subject verb agreement, there are one term, error of proximity. Error of proximity. What is called error of proximity? Error of proximity is called that type of word when we generally agrees the verb with the nearest noun or the nearest parts of speech. What apparently it agrees with the nearest, but if we think deeply, if we categorize the noun part, or distinguish the noun part deeply, rules wise, then we can find that error of proximity occurs. And to avoid the error of proximity, these rules are to be followed. You know, rules ones. Rule 1. We know that a noun is generally agrees with verbs, and a verb is tend to be placed according to the usage of noun. So if the noun is in singular, the verb will be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb will be plural. Singular noun, verb singular. Plural noun, verb plural. This is common rule. Now rule 2, exceptional rule. Rule 2. There are certain nouns which apparently looks plural, but actually counted as singular. Mathematics, economics. So these are the terms. So with these terms, with the suffixation of x, with the added of x in the last, we would think that it is plural in form, but no, it is actually singular, because as is associated with the root word. It is not come by from the outside as a affixation. So mathematics, economics, physics, these are the words that are always agree with singular verb. So mathematics is a good subject. So is. Rule 3. You heard about gerund? Gerund, what is called gerund? The verb ing indicating noun, denoting noun sense, is called gerund. So gerund, swimming, running. So verb ing. If verb ending with ing is placed in the place of noun in the whole sentence, then it is called gerund. So gerund always follows with singular verb. So rule swimming, running is a good habit. So swimming, running is a good habit. So swimming is singular. If we terms it as swimming and running, then it will be plural. Got it? Rule 3. Rule 4. We all know that two or more singular or plural nouns will agree with the singular or plural verb. But if the plural nouns, two or more plural nouns, denote the same sense or denote the same person, then the verb that will be followed will always be singular. Two or more nouns denoting same person or idea, the verb will be singular. All right. So example, we all know time and tide, waits for none, waits, time and tide. Here time separate part, tide separate part, but these two will be taken as one because of their sense, because of their idea, because time and tide carry the same idea. This is why this is taken as singular subject, and hence verb as, in present indefinite tense verbs as derived. So time and tide waits for none. All right. The headmaster and the headmaster, HM, and the secretary has come. Verb is singular because the headmaster, who is the headmaster, is also the secretary. And here one thing is to be remembered, that if plural sense is there, then there will be the before each noun, the time and the tide, then it will be wait only. The HM and the secretary, then it will be have. But if the is omitted, then it means that the sentence denotes one single sense, or the nouns denotes one single idea. This is why it is singular. So this is the most important term, and it is a trick to distinguish or to identify this type of exceptional rule. Rule 5. The collective noun. The collective noun always takes singular verb because it is thought as a whole. It is thought as a unit. So the collective noun, group, committee, jury. So these collective nouns, if it thought as a whole, then it is called, it will take singular. But if it takes as a separate, as a noun of multitude, then it will take plural form. So you must have to go between the lines whether the sense is singular or plural. It depends on the sense. If the sense is singular, then singular verb will be taken. If the sense is noun of multitude, then it is plural form. So collective noun, the jury has taken the jury has taken its decision. It is the jury here taken as, because of its taken as collective noun. But the jury have taken their decision here, there. So the jury is as noun of multitude. Noun of multitude. They are taken as separate entity. Well, good. This will apply to all collective nouns. Rule 6. If the plural noun, the noun is plural but denote the sense of some specific quantity or as a whole, the cardinal or ordinal nouns or multiplicative, if these denotes a sense of unity or as a whole, then the verb always be singular. 10 miles is a long distance. 10 miles is a long distance. So 10 miles is taken as a unit, as a whole. 50,000 rupees is a big amount. Is. So these plural nouns are taken as a unit. This is why. So these are the 6 rules, and these are the most important rule in the perspective of noun. So these 6 rules are most important, and there are most probability to generate questions from these rules. about subject verb agreement related to noun, and this is all about TET oriented parts of speech. The next class will be on pronoun, the most important, because the pronoun there are multiple of rules. All right, subscribe it, like it, share it. Thank you.